And ladies and gentlemen, there we have it. Oh, it's in the record books. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Game 2 of the finals, and it is in the record book for the lowest watched finals game on record. Hello and welcome to the Tea Party Hardy channel. Well, they did it again. Or as Britney Spears would have said, oops, they did it again. NBA viewership keeps sinking. Blurp, blurp, blurp. Game 2 of NBA Finals, the least watched game on record. History in the making, ladies and gentlemen. History in the making. Game 2 of the NBA Finals on Friday was reportedly the least watched game on record. Outkick, which is a magazine that is a little from the right, and it's about sports, reported that the game averaged 4.5 million. Wow. Down to YouTube numbers. Once again, if you're a YouTuber, yay, 4.5 million. If you're a network final sports, that's like, oh God, help us. 4.5 million viewers who tuned in to see the Los Angeles Lakers face the Miami Heat. Looks like the lakes have evaporated and the heat is chilling, which is a 68% dip from last year's Game 2. Only 1% away for you naughty people. The news comes after Game 1 of the finals showed the lowest viewership in the NBA Finals in record history, with a 7.4 million people. That means they lost audience from Game 1 to Game 2, with two name brand teams, formerly good brands. A ship doesn't sink for one reason, but undoubtedly politics sits atop the historical tank, the outlet said. After nearly 2 decades of reinventing the NBA discussion, LeBron is now a detriment to the league's brand. Gee, do you think? Again, I just made this video. You can check it out. It's a review of The Last Dance, the story of the Chicago Bulls. And it talks about in there how Michael Jordan raised attendance and viewership for the NBA to NFL levels. And he's famously quoted, and it's in the documentary too. He's famously quoted as saying, because Republicans buy sneakers too. And they give him a hard time about that in the video, because the video was made, 2020. Well, LeBron's doesn't care what shoes Republicans wear. And look what he's done to the viewership of the NBA with his Black Lives Matter stink all over the court, all over the jerseys, but not all over the ratings. There are no ratings. The NBA's new self-inflicted identity is written in ink. Millions of turned-off Americans associate the NBA with radical politics catered to only minimal number of sports fans. Outkick added, yeah, I'm not surprised. Outkick is not a fan of them either. Lakers superstar, formerly superstar, LeBron James, the China-loving man, has become one of the sports world's most vocal advocates for Black Lives Matter movement. This summer, you might recognize Black Lives Matter from your news coverage where they're destroying your cities and going to restaurants and flipping your tables and stealing your drinks. Yes, the exact same Black Lives Matter. You might also recognize them from the ones walking on the freeway or walking in the middle of the street. And egad, when they get hit by cars while walking in the freeway and walking in the middle of the street, instead of people saying, well, what are you doing walking in the middle of the street? Did you not have parents that said, oh, don't be playing in the freeway, whatever you do. Don't walk in the middle of the road. Use the crosswalk and pay attention to when it's time to go. And don't look at your stupid iPhone when you're crossing the street if you don't want to get ran over. No, these people are, I'm going to go play in the middle of the street and in the freeway because I'm BLM. I'm super. Yeah, okay, yeah, same group. In August, he was spotted wearing a fake Make America Great Again hat, sorry. Make America Great Again hat that actually read Make America / arrest. That doesn't make sense. Arrest the cops who killed Breonna Taylor. Breonna Taylor. That's that poor girl that was dating the drug dealer and had the drug dealer's money in her house. And when the cops said, hello, we are the police, we are here. Oh, you're shooting at us. Oh, That's right. Black Lives Matter says we're supposed to stand here and take it and be turned into SpongeBob. Okay, you just finish killing us and then we'll just slither out in the coffin and in the body bag. Yeah, that's what BLM wants you to do. But in real life, when people start shooting at you, if you got a gun, you might want to shoot back, and they did. So, yeah, don't date drug dealers. Don't let drug dealers bring their money into your house. And when the cops say, "We're the cops," you can scream, "Oh, fecal matter," if you want. But shooting at them? No. This whole thing of resisting arrest, it doesn't end well. And when you resist arrest with your fist, as has been noted in several of these cases that end poorly, Mama, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys. And mamas, will you please tell your children, don't fist fight with cops. And in real life, you probably shouldn't argue with them either. As the saying goes, it's not the cop that's going to get you in trouble. It's the judge. Just shut your pie hole. As they say, you have the right to remain silent. Do it. Take advantage immediately. Comply. Because the more you comply there, when you get there, and you go before the judge, somebody's being delivered right now. When you get before the judge, then you can make your case. And you got a much stronger case if it isn't filled with, "Oh, and then you were punching the officer, and then you tried to steal his taser, and then they shot you, and now you're dead. Why are you even before the judge? You're dead." Yeah. He also said this summer that black people in America are terrified of being killed, and that considerable changes need to be made to end racism. I understand black people in America being terrified of being killed, particularly in Chicago. But who's trying to kill them in Chicago? Is it the white people? Is there an infestation of white people in Chicago sneaking into all the black neighborhoods and killing all the black children? Or is it the black people in Chicago killing all their own children? It's very messed up and very sad. And what's LeBron James doing? Blaming Whitey. He must have had critical race theory. Blaming Whitey. I know people get terrified of hearing me say it. Tired of hearing me say it. Speaking of tired. But we are scared of black people in America. Black men, black women, black kids. We're terrified. He said at the time, no, we're just terrified of liars. And people that have tunnel vision that is beyond description. The Lakers proved victorious during Friday's game with the final score of 114 to 124. Well, last night they lost, and LeBron walked off the court with 10 seconds. And again, watching that last dance, how many of those games did they show on there that were won in the last 1 second? And there was also the section in there, it's about Scottie Pippen. Do I want to say this? Because this is the big spoiler if you're going to watch that show. Let's just say to the people who haven't seen it and don't know history of the basketball, Scottie Pippen made a decision with a few seconds left on the clock, and the team hated him ever since. And he had to beg and beg and beg their forgiveness for it. Wonder if LeBron James will catch the same amount of Miami Heat for doing it 10 seconds. Not 1 second, not 2 seconds. 10. I'm sorry, but in sports, 10 seconds is an enormous amount of time, particularly basketball. I've seen NFL games that have turned in the last, 10's a little tight, but in 20 seconds. I've seen them score touchdowns from the other side in Super Bowls. So it can be done. But he just walked off. You know why? Because his Black Lives Matters more than the rest of the team. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the future.